Hi, welcome to Arkintil. Imagine waking up tomorrow and there is nothing in the tap. No water to drink, no water to cook, no water to clean. Right now, over 2 billion people on this planet don't have access to safe drinking water. Not in some distant corner of the world, but everywhere. That's 1 in 4 people alive today. And the strange part? Earth isn't running out of water. Oceans cover more than 70% of the planet, and the atmosphere above us holds trillions of liters in vapor. We already have the technology to turn that into clean, drinkable water, and yet it's not being used where it's needed most. So, why are we still failing? Because this isn't just a humanitarian disaster, it's political, it's systemic, it's a crisis shaped by inaction, inequality, and misplaced priorities. And it's accelerating. By 2030, the world's demand for water is expected to exceed supply by 40%. That's not speculation, that's a deadline. And if we don't act now, this crisis won't just leave people thirsty, it will spark conflict, collapse, and consequences we are not ready for. And yet, here's the truth, it doesn't have to end this way. Every day, more than 700 children under the age of 5 die, not from war or rare disease, but from diarrhea caused by unsafe water and poor sanitation. That's a classroom of young lives lost daily to something entirely preventable. In sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia, women and children walk for hours just to collect water that may still make them sick. Imagine spending your whole day fetching water only to bring home disease. It's not just exhausting, it's dangerous, and it robs millions of their chance at education, work, and safety. And this crisis isn't confined to developing nations. Cities like Cape Town have already come dangerously close to day zero, the moment that taps run dry. In parts of California, it already has. Meanwhile, climate change is escalating everything. Rivers are drying up, aquifers are vanishing, storms and droughts are battering already fragile systems. Too little water where it's needed, too much water where it can't be used, and not enough urgency to fix any of it. We already have tools to solve this crisis. Start with desalination, the process of turning seawater into drinkable water. Modern plants use reverse osmosis, nanofiltration, even solar-powered systems. In Israel, over 60% of the country's domestic water comes from desalination. In Saudi Arabia, it's closer to 70%. So, why hasn't the rest of the world caught up? One word: cost. Desalination is expensive, energy-hungry, and usually reserved for wealthier nations. But that's starting to change. New startups in the US and Singapore are building next-generation desal units that run on renewables, cutting energy use and cost dramatically. Then there's atmospheric water generation, machines that pull moisture straight from the air and turn into clean drinking water. Some are small enough to fit in a backpack, others can supply entire villages. In India, these systems are already being deployed in drought zones, generating hundreds of liters per day without touching the ground. The technology exists, the innovation is there. What's missing is scale, funding, and above all, political will. Here's the part no one wants to talk about. Who controls the water? Because in many parts of the world, it's not the people. Water rights are monopolized by private companies, powerful corporations, or corrupt governments. Farmers can't afford irrigation, rural communities are left dry, and entire rivers are diverted to feed industries, while nearby villages go without a drop. Look at California. Massive almond farms use more water than the entire population of Los Angeles, while rural areas face strict limits or nothing at all. In Bolivia, when water was privatized, people took to the streets. The protests turned violent. It became known as the water wars. This crisis can't be solved by just machines and innovation. It's about reforming broken systems and recognizing that access to water isn't a luxury, it's a human right. Not a product, not a commodity, not something to be hoarded or sold to the highest bidder. Until we fix that, no technology will ever be enough. To stay ahead of this crisis, the world has to act, and act fast. Not in one region, not with one solution, but on multiple fronts, all at once. We need to fund and deploy clean water technology where it's actually needed, not just where it's profitable. We need to modernize crumbling infrastructure. In cities like London, up to 25% of the water supply is lost before it even reaches a tap, leaking away through broken pipes and neglected systems. That's not just wasteful, it's inexcusable in a time of global scarcity. We need to reform how water is governed so that vulnerable communities aren't priced out, pushed aside, or left to compete with corporations for their survival. Because water shouldn't be won in courtrooms or auctions. It should be accessible to all. And we need to empower decentralized solutions, rooftop rain collection, solar-powered desalination, community-level filtration, so people aren't stuck waiting on systems that have already failed them. In many places, these grassroots innovations are the only thing keeping families afloat. The good news? This can be done. The technology exists, the economies work, the blueprint is already here. The bad news? Every year of delay pushes millions closer to crisis, and eventually there won't be time left to catch up. Water scarcity isn't inevitable. It's not some unstoppable force of nature. It's the outcome of choices we've made, where we invest, who we prioritize, what we are willing to ignore. Every dry well, every failed system, every child without clean water. It all points back to decisions made by people in power. And the solutions already exist. And we have the technology. We have the science. Desalination, atmospheric water generators, decentralized filtration. They are real, they work, and they are ready to scale. So the question isn't whether we can fix this. It's whether we have the will to fix this. Will we act before the damage becomes irreversible? Or will we wait until the taps run dry and the consequences hit harder than we are prepared for? We don't have until 2050. We barely have until 2030. The water crisis isn't tomorrow's problem. It's today's emergency. The only question left is what we choose to do about it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out Fast Fashion's Dirty Reality. In this video, we reveal the dark side of fast fashion, the hidden cost behind cheap clothes, where exploited workers and environmental damage fuel the illusion of affordability. Click the video to watch now.